This is our May 13th deck dinner, 2018. And I brought these out to show you. Look how beautiful those chickpeas look. And I'm gonna leave them to sprout just a bit longer, like maybe another day or two. And then I'm gonna make some hummus out of some of them and falafel kind of patties out of the others. And what I do to get such a uniform sprout on big beans and peas like this, with the lentils you can pretty much just sprout them in the colander. And actually in the summer you'd think it'd be drier inside, but it's drier in the winter inside. So it's easier in the winter to sprout by filling like a bowl, and this is bigger than my colander. So you fill the bowl with water and then exchange the water twice a day and rinse the beans or peas, whatever. And yeah, and then after a couple days or after a day, depending on how they're looking, how plump they're looking, then you can take them out of the soak, out of the tub, and then just keep this colander in the sink and just rinse it a couple times a day. And you get a beautiful uniform sprout off that. So if you think about it, this is not only it makes your beans less full of carbs, so they're more attractive to most people. Would rather eat a denser protein meal like this than unsprouted and just boiled. But also these are so economical. Think about, people buy canned beans every day. Why? This is so cheap. To buy this bag of peas today, that cost me $3.47 for this whole bag. So that's 1.8 kilograms of peas. And this is probably only less than half of that size of bag. This many peas. That's a huge amount. Way more than you would get per penny, per dollar, or whatever, for canned. And these are going to be healthier. So it's really a no-brainer. It doesn't take any time, really, because I mean, you just rinse it. Big deal. It takes nothing. You're already at the sink and you can rinse it.
Get Paris to jump up here.
So James is doing the detox, dandelion detox lineup.
Come on, Paris. Are you going to jump up here? No. Okay. Do you like sitting on deck? You do, eh? Yeah, it's nice and sunny there.
I'm going to be eating, I gave you a little rye day, every time the first person gets a ride when the second person sits. Anyway, I'm eating this lentil panch faran dish, which I made a whole bunch of earlier and canned it.
It's got 5 colors in it? Has it got 5 colors in it? Bench for men?
No.
It doesn't?
It's. You made me joke on
Sorry.
my bread. I'm way too tired, hence
I'm
the
tired
coffee.
Oh no, that's going to be terrible. But so it does have 5 ingredients in it.
It's 5 spice blend, yeah.
Oh, maybe
So you know enough. Is that in?
pancha means 5, right? It's cognate with penta
Huh?
and piato and that sort of thing in Russian. Piatagorsk means kind of like of 5 mountains. Something like that.
Okay, good to know.
And I think the Varan might be related to Varna color, but it might not be.
I'm trying to think about what the colors of the different things are.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
fennel seed really it's kind of gray, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
It's not that
see,
exciting.
the weird thing is their word for color for spice might be related to color. You see,
Okay.
it might not be.
Yeah.
Strictly speaking, color. Épice. That's spice in French. I'm trying to think.
Because I honestly don't think that the spices involved really have much in the way of exciting colors, actually.
They generally don't.
Well, some very, like turmeric is very exciting.
I guess
Saffron.
curry's kind of got a color to it. Yeah. But they're
Well,
not like.
really curry leaf.
Okay.
Just a turmeric and.
Oh,
you
that's
mean
the turmeric in it?
Curry is just a spice
mix
blend.
of stuff. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you told me that. I always forget.
Yep. And there's curry leaves, which are different.
Yeah.
They're a different beast altogether, right?
I gotta wake up sometime today. Maybe by about 6 this evening.
Who cares? We got so much done.
Got a ton of stuff done.
We got some grocery shopping done. But ever since I've been spreading the word about sprouting peas and beans, I've had a hard time getting the peas and beans for cheap. Because every time it's on sale, people have already cleared the shelves. Whereas, say, maybe a year ago, or maybe a little more, I don't know. If I'd went in, I'd get whatever I wanted because they weren't that popular, I guess. But now, very popular, which I'm happy about in a way. You know, it's harder for us to do the shopping, I suppose, but I am very glad that people are listening to me and sprouting these things.
Paris?
I've
Paris.
sprouted lentils in here.
Paris?
Anyway.
Back on deck.
Aye.
You were getting adventuresome there,
Were
eh?
you thinking about leaving the
Yeah,
deck?
she was thinking
were.
of diving off the
Were
deck.
you going to go visit Marlene? Oh, you're
She-
hungry. Yeah, Marlene wouldn't give you any food.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think anyone would ever give you food.
No.
Like,
I know you want Daddy's pizza.
do you want pizza? Oh,
She does.
She wants
Yeah.
pizza. So she was trying to make us feel jealous.
Mm-hmm.
It almost worked. Don't try it again.
And I sprouted these lentils quite a long time before I made my soup. You can see little leaves on them.
Are they extra tasty? Or do they kind of taste like onion?
No.
Not that bad.
You eat my soups all the time. What do they taste like?
Well, I haven't seen them with the leaves in them. Well, maybe a little bit. Oh, that just
No,
tastes
there you
like
go.
bean sprouts. So.
That's all it tastes like. It tastes the same.
Paris, don't get out of my sight there, girl.
If you let them get some green on them, then they taste a little bit different, but still not bad.
You know, this is actually better than their Greek salad that they had at Two Guys in a Pizza Place. And that was pretty good.
I'm glad.
And this, well, it had some cheese on it. They kind of had a lot of cheese.
Oh, they make pretty good pizza pie.
Well, they're close to the best in town. Maybe the best.
The
Tops
best.
makes it.
Still the best. Doesn't matter.
There's the smell of the yard there. Do you like being on deck, Paris?
Yeah. Now I'm taking my omega-3 zinc, some more vitamin D, and the 5-HTP, which should counteract the coffee. Oh boy. Today's a tough day. I put in 2 hours of labor over at James's, but there's still so much work to get done. And I'll still have to soak those dandelions and then clean them that we brought home today. And get a bunch of work done. I'll get my own yard weeded last of all. Right, Paris? You gonna come up here? Why aren't you sitting up here in the shade? You like it in the sun?
She likes it in the sun.
You like it in the sun. Well, you could sit, I could move over here and you could lay here in the sun. That's just an ant. Don't worry about it. Come on. Paris, up. There
Good.
we go. There. Now you can sit partially in the sun. Oh, you want to sit near Daddy's pizza? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to give you any.
I don't think so.
No.
It's got mushrooms on it, though. I'm not sure what
And
she's
besides,
trying to
you
tell
don't-
me.
you
Is she
don't
trying
get
to
pizza
tell me
very
that she
often.
likes pizza?
Yeah. She used to eat pizza with you all the time
Mhm.
when you used to get 2 guys and pizza. Yeah. She'd eat pizza and you'd give her peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Yeah, that was pretty much her diet, pizza and peanut butter.
Mm-hmm. It really went to her waist.
It really did. You were chubby there for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were a chubby chipmunk.
Yeah. Which one do you want?
Whichever's closest. You take whichever is closest to you.
I'd say this one's closest to me. Look out for me. I did not play sports in college or anytime.
Or university.
Anytime. Although, I put together some pretty awesome neighborhood water fights. And I got the whole neighborhood involved when I was a kid.
Like in Grand Prairie?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It was awesome.
Did you get parents mad at you though?
Sometimes. One time I'd invent a lot of games.
Yeah.
And one time I invented a game called the shoe game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Chuck shoes at other people?
Well, not at people. At trees.
Okay. Oh, up into trees?
Yeah.
Oh. But someone else's
in a lot of
shoes,
trouble.
right?
Well, no, whoever's our own. We had a system of points.
Oh.
But I shouldn't share it because it shouldn't go on because it was a very bad game. And you could actually hurt trees doing it, so
Okay.
there's no point. But at the time I hadn't thought about that. Oh, boy, that's that same wasp that was bugging you yesterday with your flower watch.
It's possible. I think
Oh, your watch is coming apart.
Well, that's too bad.
I know.
It's a pretty good one.
Yeah, it is.
So this.
But yeah, I'd invent different games. People were pretty into them. So I was good that way. That was the closest to being sporty I ever was inventing lots of games. People go along. Yeah, the water fights were the most impressive because they'd span the whole neighborhood, and
Just wondering.
there were different people's territories, you know, depending on where they lived, really. So it wasn't really that creative, but it was a war game, entering different people's territories, and but finally, how we got in trouble for that one was, you know, and I don't think that it was me who suggested this, but I guess the whole games, they were all my doing, so it serves that I caught trouble for it. But anyway, we ended up on the roof of somebody's house, and
How old were you? 15? No.
9?
Okay.
Maybe. Anyway, and it was a tall house. Anyway, we were definitely winning though, because we had joined forces, and because we could get up on her roof, and very easily, really, just from scaling the fence and I don't know, something else, but anyway. So we pulled ourselves up there, and we got up, and there was no taking our territory. We were in. So, but we definitely got in trouble for that. Anyway.
Paris, did cucumber slice land on your back?
And now that I'm older, you know, I realize why we got in trouble. It wasn't that her parents were worried that we were going to break the roof or something like that. They might have been worried that other people would throw their water balloons through their windows. That might have been a legitimate concern. I don't think it would break a window, but you know what? I don't think that should be tried. I realize now that it was just concern for they didn't want us falling off the roof and dying or breaking our legs. At the time I didn't realize that because I was invincible, being 9, and well, I'd grown up on the farm when I was little, and I was basically just wild, and I monkeyed right up trees. So like I could climb up door frames. I remember once my teacher didn't believe that I could. It was in Belfast, PEI. And I was telling one of the other kids, well, you can climb up the door frame just like this. And my teacher didn't believe me. And I said, look, I monkeyed right up the door frame. Because I do all sorts of things. It was very hard for my mother to keep track of me. And there was one game that I loved to play, which was climb up on top of the door and put my feet on the doorknob on either side and then swing back and forth. I loved that. And she'd find me doing that all the time. And I don't know why I thought that was so much fun. But one, not good for the door. And I could have slammed my fingers in the door frame or leg doing it and hurt myself. I guess I would have just bonked my ankle, maybe. I don't know. But I don't know the things I would do. I was just, I had a lot of energy. And I used it. I was a very active child. I was basically all lean muscle. Just zero fat on me as a child. Started to become hard to breathe and stuff once I got into grade 7.
How many idiot motorcyclists are there? It's like one every half minute.
Well, I think they still like to do the loop from Mayor McGrath around 3rd and Scenic, and you know, even though I don't know why, because you'd think they just want to go all the way down, like Mayor McGrath, all the way down to Scenic north and then south. You know what I mean? But that doesn't seem to have worked. I think that was probably the plan. Anyway, that's our deck dinner. About 10 to noon.